Teach Me Grappling. What's up, guys? Coach Brian here. I'm going to be doing some narration on these rolls. And right now we've got 200-pound Anton in north-south on top of roughly 250, maybe 260 Pete. I'm not aware of his current weight. Notice Anton's working on a north-south choke, but Pete's head's turned sideways, so he uses it as a setup as he kind of cranks the neck a little bit to get the mount. That was a sweet little transition. He's trying to come up into a gift wrap armbar situation, but if you guys notice, his legs are a little bit backwards to the norm, but he scoots on his butt and gets into position. I'm encouraging him to lock his ankles and pull the arm. He's a little behind on it, but he finally figures it out. He goes after the arm, pulls it straight, and Pete cannot move, so he surrenders a little early, but he felt he couldn't move, so no big deal. He doesn't need to get his elbow popped or get choked out with a triangle to tap out. And now, watch as Anton's obviously a really good wrestler. He's been doing jiu-jitsu about 8 months. Check out the setup right here. He feints, and beautiful drop seoinage, or a arm throw, shoulder throw that we use in Greco or freestyle wrestling. And again, looking for a little north-south choke. He's trying to turn Pete's face, but you can see Pete's hips are turned to the left. He's also looking left, which is kind of preventing that. He's exposing his right arm, so I encourage Anton to spin around the head and go for like a Kimura armbar situation, but Pete recognizes the danger, pulls the elbows in. Anton's got his head lifted off the mat, doing a great job. This is great to take the back of your opponent. I have videos on this. He's trying to get him up into a seated position. And then we should be looking for the gift wrap. He tries a little bit, but because Pete's right elbow is in, I don't know why, but Anton gives too much space, way too much space right here. It's going to lead to an escape, little cross-face action, and we end up back into side control with Anton. And Pete trying for the life of himself to get out. He's got his left elbow in. The right elbow is getting pried out by Anton's thigh and hip area, which is awesome. I'm a big proponent of doing that to your opponent. And you can see Pete's trying to keep the elbow in. Anton's trying to get it back out. Shoulder at justice, making Pete pull his right elbow out. And now we want to try to exploit that weakness in Pete's positioning. So that would be the thing to do. But as you guys all know, in the middle of a live situation, it changes. Anton opts for knee on belly, looking to expose the arms, maybe get an underhook, attack the forearm. If the near arm comes out too much, maybe you can attack an armbar. I think Pete even is baiting him. See that as he yanks his elbow in. Now he turns into him. You typically want to go side switch, or you want to look for a dar, so you want to look for an underhook so you can go far side armbar. Got a little teabagging going on as Anton, again, in north-south, trying to run the hip right over Pete's face, frustrate him a little bit, trying to create an opening. Notice he's posting on the hip or on the thighs, just trying to, again, create something open, but Pete's just locking, trying to not expose himself. What I would do is I would rotate in a circle, trying to catch like a great popper position. We have videos on that as well if you want to look up what a great popper is. Again, more north-south choke, but when you don't have a huge amount of submissions in your submission tool belt, you find yourself going back to your old faithful, which you love to do. And for Anton, that's obviously a north-south choke, and he's not able to get Pete. Pete's very flexible for a big man. He's keeping his chin tucked. He's defending decently well. The arm is inside the encircled lock of Anton, so it's kind of tough to get that north-south choke. Again, Anton is just controlling a lot, trying to create openings without strikes, submission for submission. Nice little side switch, but he's not able to create an opening to get a submission for the rest of this round, and it's going to end just like that. Again, big man versus another big man, but now we've got a little treat for you. We've got big man, 200-pound Anton going against 115-pound Megan Parduccio. Megan's a brown belt, so she's got the jiu-jitsu skill. What I didn't get for you, nice little knee slice running around the guard. Again, we've got a massive weight difference, strength difference. So it's going to be really difficult for a female of this size to deal with the pressure of a wrestler. So you're not going to see a lot of guard. You're going to see a lot of smashing here. But what I really liked about this roll and what I wanted to show you guys is you've got to make sure your defense is on point. Now look at, with all that pressure, Megan could not stop the Kimura grip. And now, but look at, she's keeping everything tight. She's locked her hands. She's keeping her elbow as close as she can. Look at the knee comes in, and she attacks an armbar, which makes Anton release. She recovers guard, back to seated guard. Okay. When you are smaller than your opponent, you may not be able to, there's a guillotine attack. You may not be able to, stop your opponent from smashing you, but you at least need to have the awareness to keep the submissions away. It takes skill to crack a nut open as good as and small as Megan. There's another guard pass by Anton. Again, he has been doing this pretty regularly for about 8 months, and with his high level of wrestling skill, that means he's gonna crush brown belts the size of Megan. And when he crushes, look at this right here. I've never actually seen quite a cradle locked with an Americana grip. You see Megan's defending herself using her left hand holding the arm around her neck. She's also using her leg. Anton thought maybe with a cradle I can actually make it work, but there's just not enough leverage. Even for Anton, as strong as he is, there's not enough leverage. Again, she's staying balled up. You're going to see a lot of fetal position. This is what happens. I mean, I have to do this a lot when I roll with someone like Anton. Again, Anton looking for the mount. Megan doesn't mind it at all because she's laying a trap right now. As he pops out, he recognizes the trap, tries to run from it. It is the Meganator. We've got that video on the channel. She's going for a footlock, and now Anton locks up the arm and looking to take the back. But if you notice, it's not exactly the back because he's over the shoulder. He does have his legs wrapped around, but he is over the shoulder. Megan is taking it serious. She's trying to wrap up his ankle. So she's trying to defend her arm, and at the same time, maybe down the road in the next moment, she may, if Anton makes a mistake, she can get that foot. But she realizes it's gone. She has to give up the back for a second. Again, you've got a 200-pound Division I caliber wrestler on your back. And, notice the feet are crossed. Megan's looking for whatever tactic she can exploit, a weakness she can exploit in Anton. Anton goes for a Kimura grip, tries to create an armbar, but the foot is between the legs. Can't make the armbar work. Again, Megan, even though she is tiny and she's much smaller, out strength, out weight, but she is just defending. And guys, this is what it's about sometimes when you're on the mat. You've got to survive, and there is skill in this. I mean, granted, if there were strikes, she would get, just smashed. But there aren't strikes, and she's showing her submission defense. All the little stuff, the tucking of the chin, these are all little things that, being a smaller person, you lack so much. You're giving up so many advantages to your bigger, stronger opponent. But you have some advantages. Being smaller, a lot of people always cite the quickness factor, things like that. I always cite the space factor. The smaller person requires a small space to maneuver their body, and a bigger person a lot of times leaves the gaps that the smaller person can exploit, and that's what Megan is doing a lot of right here. As she turtles, she's trying to find a way back to an attack position. Very difficult with the pressure of Anton, but she's doing what she can, and she's not going to give up a submission. And if you guys had somebody strong, high-level wrestler like Anton on top of you, you would need to, and again, Anton knows time is short. He goes for a leg lock. Again, he's trapping her feet, but those little feet are hiding, and time runs out. So hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to give them a little interview. We'll see you guys next time with more great stuff. Okay, real quick. Come over here, real quick. Let's finish this video. Hey, you and Megan. Here, come over here. Really quick interview.
Are you doing something?
Just a real quick interview.
Why are you taking your hair out?
You gotta fix your hair? Okay, so I like this little roll because we have such a big weight difference, We have Megan, who weighs like 98 pounds.
Thank you for.
And
nice.
Anton's like 198.
150.
About 150.
Yeah.
150 and
A
98.
feathery.
Okay, 200 and like one something.
I'm not that fat.
Whatever. Okay. We understand.
He's that size and I'm this size.
Yeah, so first, Megan, you had a big guy on top of you. How hard was that?
Well, it's different because he's a wrestler. Like, if you had a jiu-jitsu guy on top, they don't know how to put pressure as much. So you have somebody who's like, not just using his weight, but knows how to use his weight, and then will move. Whereas there's a bunch of big guys that will like get in those positions and then just stay there for like a long time.
Okay.
So.
And then Anton, what is it like? I mean, like, you're obviously way bigger and stronger. It's easy to like put your pressure and pass your guard, but what was it like being on top of such a little person and with all the short limbs and the small limbs and the submission is so difficult.
Yeah, I mean, but she's also like always in good position. And nice. But
She lost some strands of hair.
She'll threaten things too, though. Like she gets me, like I do have to move. Like I feel like I have to move. But yeah, it's definitely different. And this is the same with wrestling. Like when you wrestle someone smaller, this is a good example. Wrestling and probably jiu-jitsu too. You're stronger, right? You're bigger, put more weight on. But like, let's say you throw hooks in, you can fly out of those so much easier because they're so compact and small. So your whole strategy changes. And like I said, you have the advantage of being stronger and bigger, but then kind of like the disadvantage of have someone squirmier under you. Especially with Megan, she knows what she's doing. So like I legit have to, move into good positions and not just like give her my limbs because I know she'll try to tear him off.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw several counters. It's not like she came super close to him, but she kind of came enough to where you had to move.
Yeah.
I made him not just stay and wait.
I couldn't just sit there, yeah. So, that's fun.
Probably
It's
just being
different.
nice too because the camera's on.
Well,
He's being nice.
either way, it was an
I gotta
interesting
kill it, yeah.
an interesting role. And like normally Anton will just Hulk smash so many people, and maybe you're not going 100% like Hulk smash, but it's also a testament to your skill of your defense that you protect yourself so that Hulk smash almost doesn't work on you. You know what I mean?
I think it worked pretty
Well, it worked
successfully.
in control, but from to submit, not to strike ground and pound, but just to submit, it's a testament to your skill and your defense. So, anyway, interesting role. Last words?
Like our channel, subscribe, Patreon. I did put up, guys, something new. We're gonna have a YouTube membership system soon where you guys have like really fun rewards for throwing us a couple bucks a month. So maybe instead of you can move your stuff from Patreon to there, or you can do both. You can do Patreon and our YouTube memberships. You guys will get like cool badges, emoji stuff, all the way up to our highest members will be able to dictate our next videos and stuff like that, where you guys will message Brian or me and be like, hey, this is what I want to see out of our next video, and that's what we're going to do. So hopefully it'll be like you guys are not only helping us run our channel, run our gym, give you better production, but also you get something back for it, right? Not only our awesome videos, but you'll get some other fun perks. So look out for that in the next, I'm hoping week. I hope I get it done this week. So
Sweet. All right, smiles. All right, there we go. Teach Me Grappling. See you guys next time.